In today's video, we're going to go over one of the hottest trading methods right now in FIFA 22, and that is FUTBIN SBC Solution trading. This by far is one of the most commonly used methods right now among all traders and all those big, Twitter trader, YouTube traders. Everybody has been doing this recently because it's just so profitable. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys step by step how to do it, how to find the right players, and all that good stuff. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you drop a thumbs up on it and hit that subscribe button down below so you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. And with that being said, let's get into it. So we're going to be kind of mixing it up here between FUTBIN and the game today. So the nice thing about FUTBIN and the reason why so many people use it is not just because of all the prices, but because they have the SBC solutions shown on, this page. And anybody that, is struggling to do some of these solutions can come on here, pretty much figure out how to do it right away, and then kind of just move on from there. Now, the nice thing about these solutions is they're all user put in, and most of the time you'll see that these squads kind of just stay at the top despite them maybe not being the cheapest solution. So what you guys can actually do, and what I recommend doing, is going into a few of these solutions and see if you see any common players or see what players are in the top few solutions. And more times than not, you'll find a few players who might be a little bit inflated, or you'll be able to kind of, find for a lot cheaper. So for example, Tarkowski here, he's not a terrible shout as 800 coins. More oftentimes than not, you'll see a lot of these players actually get undercut a little bit. So you'll be able to, so what you're going to be trying to do is buy them a little bit cheaper so then you can sell them for more. And the nice thing about this is sometimes people actually pay more than the market price for these SBC solutions because there's so many people trying to do this. So what you guys can do, obviously, is go through some of these advanced SBCs, some of these other ones, and right off the bat, you'll kind of notice that these guys have this actually just looks like the exact same team. I don't really know what just happened here. But looking at the third one on the list, you guys will see that, we have some other players, and you guys just want to kind of find players who are a little bit over their, minimum price. So even Danilo Pereira is a decent one. This guy's sitting at 700 coins on Xbox, so his minimum is 300. So what you guys can look to do is kind of snipe these guys a little bit cheaper, and then you guys can look to resell. Now, obviously, these SBCs, a lot of these prices will go up more as we get, to full launch, because we still don't have the full player base on, and right now we're kind of just in that waiting period for the full game to drop. So you notice some of these prices may fluctuate up a little bit more, or may fluctuate around, and maybe some new squads get put on. But, regardless, it doesn't really matter because this is a year-round method you guys can do. So, again, if you don't want to do the advanced SBCs, and this works literally for anything, like right at 6 p.m. UK time, you guys can always go to whatever SBC has just come out. So, for example, Shaqiri the other day, if you just go and look at, the players that's in the top squad, you guys can by far go and snipe them. This was an easy method to do all year last year, where you would just go and find the players that were put into these solutions, and every time they inflate up a little bit. So for example, Fabian probably the other day when he was out, he's probably at 1.4k, and you guys can just look to kind of snipe these players for cheap and resell. Now, another thing you guys can do, and this is better for the advanced SBCs the first few weeks, when we get supply like from squad battle rewards, division rival rewards, what you guys can do is look to actually pick up those solution players and kind of buy them for cheap, because more times than not, a lot of supply, people really don't know what's in these, solutions, or these cards are going up. So everyone kind of just lists up for random. You're able to find for really good prices, and then you guys can resell like a few hours after any rewards come out. So what can we actually do? How do we actually go about finding them? So we're going to go to the Hybrid Nations one. And again, like I said, it's a little bit weird timing by the time when I'm recording this video. But for example, we can go here and kind of look at the around the world SBC. And what we can do is try and find a player that we think is decent. Now, Hazard, we've noticed, has been in quite a few different solutions. He's up to 1.3k, which is pretty decent price considering he's fodder. Yeah, so Hazard has been one that's popped up a lot. So what we can do is we can go on to the game and actually look to start sniping some Hazards. We can look to try and pick some up. So we're going to go and figure out his price. And this is what I do every time. You first off are going to go and check his price, what it might be. So it says he's 1.4k, and it looks like he is about, 1.2k maybe. will be his lowest. Yeah, so what we can do is set up a sniping filter, and we'll snipe anything under 1.1k, and we'll look to resell for 1.4k for 300 coins profit. Now, this works extremely well when we get those SBCs like Shaqiri, those ones that come out every day, because prices will skyrocket. Like last year, a huge filter, or 2 years ago, a huge filter would be like Jordan Henderson or Milner. When they both got put into SBCs, their prices would go from like 1.5k to 4k within a day, and sniping just made it so much easier to kind of go through. And aside from sniping, you guys can also throw some bids in, so we can kind of set, you know, Thorian Hazard's bid here to 1.1k. We can look for any, and we can just throw a bunch of bids down. As I said, this is being recorded like during prime time, so it would be a little bit harder to win a bid at this time. But this is essentially what you guys would do for these SBC solutions, is go and try and find those inflated players through SBCs and stuff like I said, when I am recording this video, it is kind of during a prime time of the day before content drops, so not all the SBC solutions are going to be super inflated. However, this is still a really good method that you guys would want to get into, and it works for any SBC, whether it's marquee matchups, a player SBC, the advanced SBCs. All of them work, and sometimes, you know, even marquee matchups can work even better. Because they do have some of the silver cards, and people are gunning for the silver players that are included in the solutions. So as you guys can see here too, like it works for silvers. I'll switch us over to the Xbox, but as you can see, like this silver, he goes for like 600-700 coins, and because he's included in one of the marquee matchup solutions, he would have been a great one to snipe when marquee matchups first came out, because his price was probably around 1-2k. And again, not many people, when they're packing a silver like this, they're not thinking that this guy is worth anything. You know, being 700 coins for this card is a very good price. So these are things that you kind of have to look out for. You look to do these for those SBCs that maybe will drop. You guys can make a ton of coins doing this very easily. I've seen plenty of people make tons and tons of coins, but it's all about picking the right players. There are players who will sell for 4k depending on when the SBC demand comes in and stuff like that. It also doesn't help that the current state of the market right now, as of us recording this video, is absolutely horrible. But as the game progresses and fodder prices kind of correct, this method gets very good, especially when you have some of those fodder cards that are sitting like 3 or 4k. Those are the best ones to snipe when they get inflated like that. So what I would do if I was you guys is wait until there's an SBC that drops, find a player that's being commonly used in solutions, and go and snipe them for 2 or 3 hours. This works great at prime time of the game, 6 p.m. UK. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're new. And until next time, peace.